Hello, beautiful Lyran Starseeds. This is Lyran Starseed Oracle and Tarot. We're connecting with the energies of light from the Lyran Light Field and the Lion Light Council, receiving messages, asking for messages, and information about what kinds of soul lessons and energies we're moving through at this time. And happy Leo season. The sun has moved into Leo. So we are going to look at the energy of Leo season. Whenever you find this reading, that's when you were meant to find it. Just connecting in with me now, connecting in with me and the Lyran light fields. I'm in agreement with source and only source. And I'm in alignment with light and only light. We're doing a different spread today, and I usually do. And I pulled a bunch of oracle cards for us today as well. So let's take a look at the energy we have here, and I'll pull some more cards as we go. We also had the Eight of Cups just jump out, which is interesting because we had an overall reading with the Eight of Cups. And this is about moving forward, moving on, and it not necessarily being the easiest of movings on. There's a reason that someone stayed as long as they did. There was love, there was something that was important, but what was becoming more important was this need to evolve and move forward and receive more. It has to do with worthiness and understanding one's own worth. So let's see what else is going on here. We have future self right smack in the middle of our oracle. And future self is in this card, she's sitting here with Bastet. And here is Bastet with her interdimensional card. So this moving on does have something to do with, I'm going to say timeline shifting, but what I mean by that is changing of frequency, the changing of frequency within your own field. And this has to do with the information that you're receiving and the things that you're wanting to experience in this life. And future self is talking about this moving forward. I see this as kind of like a bookmark. You're going in one direction for some time, and then all of a sudden, something happens. The bookmark, you hit the bookmark, and things shift, things change. You create the change, you make the shift, but there's this momentum that moves you forward into that shift because you have hit this particular timeline or crystal in your grid. And it's just time for something to move in a different direction. And it's intrinsic, it's almost like automatic. You make the change happens. So we have portals, interdimensional, and remembrance keys. This is all having to do with that shift, all having to do with remembering, interdimensional remembering. This can be coming from messages you're receiving from guides, from your light council, from your future self, from your higher self. And all of these messages have to do with remembering why you're here. And that remembering doesn't have to look like, oh, I get it now. It doesn't have to be completely logical. The remembering can be that automatic transition or move or decision to jump onto that different timeline to do something different. We make those shifts based on our decisions, our decision to vibrate at a different frequency, our decision to match a particular frequency in order to move into a different way of being, way of life. Your energy changes when you do something new, when you read a different book, when you get a different job, when you focus on something new or different, and you make the choice to do that. While we're here on portals too, I wanted to talk about I'm actually seeing maps in dreams, whether you remember them or whether they come to you as information and downloads during dreams. That is coming up as well. Your subconscious is super powerful. So even when you're receiving these messages subconsciously, they do help you to remember. They help your automatic system. And yes, we want to be conscious, and we're becoming more and more conscious of all of these things. As we become conscious, we can ask our angels and guides to speak with us through our dreams, through plasma light, through all of this light work that is happening in July, but all the time, but it's been really intense. The solar flares, the CMEs, the downloads, the light downloads. We have the sun card up here that we haven't gotten to yet, but so much. If you've been experiencing, I mean, I'm going to call it solar fatigue. Seriously, it is real. Your body's recalibrating. It's taking in all this new information, and these portals are opening. So I was going to talk about Lion's Gate also. It is on its way to the pinnacle of the open gate. And there's a lot of energy that's coming through at this time. This also, this moving forward and moving on, has the energy of being open to receive during these stargates, during these portal times, being interdimensional, being open just with your intention. Just having the intention to be open to receive these, you're letting your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, your higher self, your future self, everyone's on the same page. You're letting everyone know I am open to receive this information and this energy. I am being mindful about my recalibration and what my body needs during this time. And then we have soul light chakra, ascension codes, and Lyran Starseed. Soul light chakra. It is the star that is you. It is at the solar plexus. It's a little bit below the low heart and above the solar plexus, right in between. And these are the light codes that you came here to exude and to shine out into the collective. They work with the ascension codes and the light codes that come in while you are here in this body. These ascension codes are coming in at this time. And Lyran Star Goddess, she's all about gnosis, the wisdom that she has collected over time, through time and space, through galactic lifetimes, through earthly lifetimes. But she has all of this knowledge. And this is really powerful energy that you are holding space within and that you are using in order to move forward even more. Let's get to our tarot and see what's going on here. We have the Eight of Pentacles reversed, which is, for me, it's expert energy. It's something that you have already become an expert at, and you have moved out of apprentice energy. This is your experience. You are an expert at your own experience. Next to the Tower reversed, this Tower reversed is indicating an awareness of this expert energy and this putting off of using this energy or using this wisdom or even maybe acknowledging it. The Four of Cups talks more about this putting off of that energy, which is fascinating to me. So it's like I have this energy. Maybe it's been in waiting, or you've been holding on to all of this gnosis. It hasn't been time to use it yet. It's almost like when people have downloads and all of a sudden they know a different language or they know something about, you know, quantum science that their conscious mind doesn't think about all the time. But when someone asks them a question, all of a sudden they just have the information. That's what this feels like. You have been downloading information, incubating information. Ah, I get it. Here's the double reversed. Your body has also been preparing for this. So there are these light codes that come in preparing our bodies for ascension codes. And this has to do with the things that the personality self moves through and goes through on a daily basis. Learning soul lessons, raising frequency. It's about getting the body, getting the mind ready for what it is going to match soul wise. And the double reverse is talking about releasing. Ooh, I'm hearing pyramids of pressure. So for someone, that means something. Pyramids of pressure, it's almost like a tea kettle blasting out, like the steam and the pressure gets so intense that finally it comes out. Also, this double reverse is talking about oppressive programming and patterns and themes that don't serve. And we go through that whole process when it's reversed. It's like, I'm ready. I see what it is. I no longer am shielded from what those programs are. I see what the programs are. And as soon as you see them, they dislodge and release. They begin to dislodge and release. And this is all of that. I'm holding on to this divine information. My body is ready to release all of this. And here's the Seven of Swords. This has been a strategic thing. This has been a strategic path. I'm even hearing path of enlightenment. Path through this journey. This has been purposeful. Doing it this way was purposeful. Your higher self figuring out how it was going to move forward in this way. Purposeful before you even got here into this body. The Hierophant reversed talks about this connection with the higher self, more of a need to get into that space. Talk to your higher self if you haven't been, if you aren't already. She's always talking to you, or he, or they, always talking to you. But there's some kind of divine conversation that wants to happen, take place, be illuminated more so. This wants to be mainstream for you. And this is about self-validation with the higher self. I love that. The Six of Wands and the King of Swords reverse. The Six of Wands is talking about, I want to say, I don't like downplaying this card because it is a victory card, but I want to say small victories. It's like every time you receive a victory, every time you recognize a coherence, a conversation, a connection with higher self, with soul self, with future self, they become bigger frequencies, they become bigger victories, and they become normalized. And then higher self reaches that state of ascension. There's not a lot of thought process involved in it. It's more of the doing and the flowing with it. This King of Swords reverse, I'm going to get more information about. I want to know, with all of this self speak and self talk, I feel like it is self speak. And it's self speak that is working off of information that feels like personality self stuff, like self doubt. So let's find out. It's like, yeah, it's about being in survival. I don't have time. I don't have the universal or spiritual charge to make this happen. I don't believe when it happens. I have self-doubt around this. And here's the Seven of Wands. This is about coming up with systems to trust yourself for self-trust. Part of that is programming. And it's just recognizing the programming that's there in the collective, the programming that was there possibly when you were growing up, caretakers or teachers or anyone around you telling you what was real, what wasn't real. Dreams are real, dreams are not real, that kind of thing. Just the even just what is assumed. But in fact, transpersonal senses are very real. And that is part of the remembering. It's it's taking your own experiences and moving them into your sense and place of worth. Your experience, whether it was a dream or a communication with something you couldn't see, these are worthy and real experiences. These are part of gnosis. And I'm hearing too, and I keep hearing it, a sense of time travel. I feel like time travel happens in different ways, and we time travel all the time. When we're remembering, we are traveling back in time. We're connected to those times through plasma, through energy, through the quantum field, through cords, entanglements. When we move from life to life, when we come full circle in one life and then move into another life, we're time traveling. This is a lot about normalizing those transpersonal senses, those experiences that are not so normalized just yet. They're becoming that way, but they're not so normalized just yet. I feel like this energy, this Leo season energy, is bringing us into a new phase of this. Here's the sun energy, a Leo card. I love that. There's an illumination happening here after a period of time where we're holding on to our expertise of our experience and we're not letting it out. We're finally letting it out. And within Leo season, that can definitely be illuminating it and letting others see it even more, talking about it, become, um, putting self in a place where many can see you, many can hear your message. However, I want to say that for some people, it's about you hearing your own message, you recognizing your purpose in a new way. Yeah, I'm hearing shadow light, bringing something out of the shadow, out of the subconscious into the light for yourself. And I'm hearing honoring yourself in this way. I want to pull another card for anything else that this Urmah Soul Pod needs to hear or know about during this Leo season. The Fool. This is starting again, beginning again. I always see the Fool as the most self-actualized in the deck. I know sometimes people see that as the Emperor. However, I don't. I see the Fool card as the most self-actualized archetype in the deck because the Fool has complete faith, complete connection with the universe, faith in the universe, and begins again, goes full circle through the whole journey and begins again with gnosis and with faith. And I love that. Ooh, I just got chills. That's really a perfect place to end that. Thank you for being here with me, Urmah Soul Pod. Love you. See you soon. Have a beautiful Leo season.